Australia's Prime Minister has ruled out the possibility of Novak Djokovic being granted a medical exemption in order to compete in January's Australian Open without being vaccinated. The Australian Prime Minister has slammed suggestions that Novak Djokovic could receive a medical exemption to play the Australian Open. The world number one has been in doubt to play the season-opening Grand Slam after vaccination became mandatory for all players, as he refuses to disclose whether he has been jabbed. Djokovic then put himself on the entry list for the tournament, but there was speculation he would attempt to apply for an exemption to compete without being vaccinated. Djokovic's Australian Open title defence has been in question for several months, after it emerged that government issues were looking to implement a vaccine mandate. The world number one had previously spoken out against mandatory vaccination on the tennis tour, and later admitted he didn't know if he was going to Australia as he refused to disclose his vaccination status. After tournament director Craig Tiley confirmed all players competing in the season-opening Grand Slam needed to be vaccinated, the nine-time champion at the event continued to avoid giving a definitive decision, instead telling reporters "we'll see and you'll know very soon" in recent press conferences. Djokovic fans were then given a big boost when his name appeared on the official Australian Open entry list on Wednesday, but there was speculation that he would be granted a medical exemption without needing to be vaccinated, and he would therefore not have to quarantine for 2 weeks. Multiple Australian organisations including the Herald Sun and 7 News Melbourne reported that the 20-time Grand Slam champion would possibly be applying for an exemption to enter Australia on medical grounds, meaning he would be allowed in without needing the jab and would benefit from more freedoms than unvaccinated members of the public. The state government in Victoria has continued to stand firm on their ban for unvaccinated players, and the country's Prime Minister has now stepped in, shutting down any prospect of the world number one receiving a medical exemption. Scott Morrison told reporters on Thursday that Djokovic would be subject to any of the same rules that anyone else would be seeking to come to Australia.
He added, "Those decisions are being made by medical officials and other officials, not by politicians."